welcome back to my channel. It's been like 4 months since I posted on here, I think. In all honesty, with everything going on, I wasn't really in the mood to create, but I'm back now with a new video on medicine. If you didn't know, I'm a medical student at King's College London. I'm going into second year now, so I thought I may as well do a video on how my first year experience went regarding medical school. So before I start, I pretty much should go into my degree. So I study at King's College London, and I study the extended medical degree program, or EMDP program. In medicine, there's a lot of different methods to doing a medical degree. There's straight medicine, which is about 5-6 years. There's foundation programs, which usually spend like the first year doing like pre-med stuff, more biology and chemistry and stuff, but not actual medical curriculum things. And then there's the graduate degree program. In the graduate degree program, it's usually shortened because generally to get on that program you have to have a degree in biochemistry or medicine or that kind of scientific field. It's harder and it's more competitive. I do the extended medical degree program, which is not a foundation program. It's everything in the medical curriculum. The only difference is first year is split in half. You have a more graduated entry into medicine rather than having like all of first year at once. All of the content is medicine. You know, we take the same exams, same tutorials, same curriculum, LOs, everything's the same. It's pretty much the same in every single way. First year is just split in half. That's it. You'll get your MBBS at the end like everybody else. So something I will say is that King's is really good for this. The EMDP program is basically essentially for people that went to state schools, you know, no private schools or whatever. That was my position. My EMDP group, something I was really grateful for and was not expecting, is that it's very diverse. In all honesty, doing medicine, I had a really pessimistic look in terms of diversity because, you know, if you've done medical interviews and, you know, you're black or a minority and you've gone to these kind of interviews or medicine days or, you know, whatever little workshop they had, most people are middle class. And to be honest, medicine is really dominated by middle class, white and Asian. So honestly, I did feel let me not even cap, I felt really out of place because I'd go to these interviews, you know, everyone's talking about, you know, my daddy's a GP, my mom's a surgeon, and it's just like, oh, you know, a lot of us are the first in our family to even go to uni. Although obviously I made it in the end, it was really challenging for me being in those environments because you do feel out of place. But that was very different to my med school experience for first year. Everybody was pretty much, well, at least in my EMDP class, from working class backgrounds, you know, just regular people. And it made me feel very, very comfortable. But I will say that if you're going for the straight medicine, you know, just don't be unsurprised if that's not your situation. So in terms of curriculum, when I was first starting out, I had this image of medical school. It would be like, oh, you're working, you know, 12 hours of the day or even more. Wake up at 8 AM, study, get to lectures, more work. You know, even in your breaks, you're meant to be, you know, like, I thought medicine would consume my whole life. And that was what I was ready for, to be honest. Because, you know, you always hear, like, medicine's not a career, it's a life choice. It's just like, of course I love medicine, but I really do feel like that image presented outside of med school, and then when you get into med school, talking to my tutor as well, I realized it's very important to have a life outside of medicine. And you know what, it's very doable, at least for first year medicine. You really do have time. Of course you have tutorials and lectures and things, but if you just manage your time normally, you know, go out every couple of days, socialize, make friends, it's really important. So at King's College, we basically have 3 assessments in a year in the form of multiple choice exams. And I know I hate MCQs as well. Well, I did, but now I don't really mind them. 2 of them are formative, which means like, it's like a mock test. It's the equivalent of a mock test, to be honest. So they kind of see how you're doing compared to the cohort. Something that I didn't expect in medicine is that you're actually, how can I put it? you're not pitted against one another, but you're pitted against one another. When you get your grades, you know, it'll be like, in comparison to other people, they'll put your percentile, everything, they'll be like average cohort grade, like, so you really are aware of how good you're doing in comparison to the rest of the cohort, which can be good and bad, but it can be a bit disheartening sometimes, or I feel like it can make people comfy, but you know, it's what it is. End of the day, even when we finish medicine, you'll be graded against other people, and that will determine where you're placed. So, you know, may as well get used to it now. So we don't just have lectures, obviously. We have tutorials. Tutorials can be like backups to the lecture. Maybe every 5 lectures you'll have a tutorial on one of the lectures. Or it will be loosely related and go into more detail. For example, I remember in first year we had a sickle cell tutorial, learning about it in more detail than was covered in the lecture when we did hemoglobin. We also do patient workshops. Yeah, we do like patient related workshops. You will interact with patients, or even if they're not technically patients, just people that may have different illnesses and diseases, which I like, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of medics are just so book heavy, but in reality our career is a really social one. As a doctor, you'll speak to people every day. You're gonna be interacting with real people in sometimes uncomfortable situations every day, so I think that's really good. I really liked it, interacting with patients and hearing what they'd like to see from doctors, their experience in the NHS. I think it's really good. It's really progressive, because how are you gonna be a good doctor if you don't know what your patients want? So I'm really happy we did that in first year. We also met some schizophrenic patients, and they told us about their experience. Like, things like this are super important, because everyone has a lot of stereotypes about certain diseases, but once you meet patients face to face, you get like an understanding that books just can't tell you. That's something I really didn't expect, but I enjoyed. So what we covered: lectures, tutorials, and patient workshops. That's pretty much it. If you do the straight course, you also do dissections and anatomy, but for us, we'll cover that next year. You know, something I've always heard is that, oh, medicine is way easier than A-levels, and in a way, yes, and in a way, no. Yes, because with medicine, the content isn't super duper complex. Most of it, it's not like, you know, chemical engineering. It's just like facts and biology and chemistry, and psychology and philosophy sometimes. But I would say the amount of content that you need to know is ginormous, is huge. It's manageable, but I'm not gonna cap, it's really, really big, which makes it harder than A-levels sometimes, especially when it comes to now revising, because for A-levels, you know, you'd have a little checklist of LOs or topics, and it wouldn't even cover a page or two. But for medicine, it's really wide. Do you know what though? To pass exams, you don't actually need to know every single thing in super like detail, but you just need to have a good understanding of everything, if that makes sense. Me personally, I found med exams easier than A-levels. I did biology, chemistry and physics A-level though, so maybe that's why. But I found it easier. It's still challenging, but it's easier. At KCL, we have 2 forms of assessment. Well, at least for first year, you have exams, summative exams, and you have portfolios. So for your portfolio, they might make you write essays or do like online courses, kind of, whether that be on being professional online or interacting with patients and things. Generally, it's really broad, which I think is really good, because medicine is more than science. It's working with people is more than numbers and equations. So I really enjoyed that part. Unless you complete your portfolio to a good enough standard, you can't sit your final year exam. So it's like necessary. Now for King's College London, the medicine campus is Guy's campus. It's at London Bridge Station, like right in front of the station. It's opposite the Shard, which is really beautiful. I'll probably insert a picture somewhere here. It's really, to be honest, it's one of the most beautiful campuses I've been on. Maybe the only one nicer is Birmingham's, because yeah, it's really stunning. I really like that it looks like a campus, but it's still in the city. Like literally you can see the Shard from basically wherever you are in Guy's campus. That was something that really drew me to KCL, because I just like how open and airy and well connected it was. It's literally in central London as well, so it's in the heart of London. One thing that is a bit annoying but not a surprise was that I had to commute to uni. KCL have accommodations, but most of them are not anywhere near the uni. Maybe it's 20 minutes on the bus or 40 minutes on train, half an hour on train. And to be honest, it was a bit of a drag, and I feel like going to a city uni versus a campus uni is a very different experience. You know, you don't just wake up and walk to campus. For most of us, you wake up, get the train, so it's a bit of a longer process. In general, something that did irk me was if you're expecting diversity in your lecturers, like, no. To be honest, we have very, very, very good lecturers, but I will, to be quite frank with you, I haven't had a single black lecturer. Pretty much, I'd say 90% of my lecturers have been white men. That's just the truth of it. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you guys want me to do more on medicine, like maybe how to get into medicine, like a step-by-step kind of, and then just leave a comment below. As always guys, stay safe. Black Lives Matter today, tomorrow, and forever. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health, please. Please, especially black people, but everyone in general. Quarantine is not easy. We're in the middle of a pandemic, plus the racism, and there's a lot going on, so make sure you're taking care of your mental health, tapping out, watch something funny. You know, I like TikTok. But yeah, thanks for watching guys as always, and I'll see you later.